Hello, I'm Richard Jack Smith, formerly of Real Talk Movie Reviews. I am a huge Predator fan. I have been ever since I was little, watching the films of Arnold Schwarzenegger, Danny Glover, then later with Adrian Brody in Predators, and The Predator in 2018, I believe it was. And that was a film I thoroughly enjoyed despite not a lot of people liking it. And I've always adored the music from those things, but before I get to that, composer Sarah Schachner. Now, she scored a couple of video games of which I have some familiarity. I platinumed Assassin's Creed Valhalla and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019. So I do kind of know of her music. It didn't really stand out when I was playing those games, but it was, you know, fairly familiar with it. So anyway, she's done this score for the new Predator. Well, I guess you call this Predator 5, even though it's called Prey, and it's kind of a prequel of sorts. And this is where we run into some problems, because there is quite literally no musical reference to the work of Alan Silvestri on Predator, Predator 2, John Debney with Predators, or Henry Jackman, The Predator. And this is a huge problem, because when you're trying to reinvent the wheel, which is so well established, you've got to bring one hell of a package to bear, and Schachner does not. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm sure she's a nice person and everything, but I think the problem here is that she could be surrounding herself with yes men and people who are telling her that everything she does is gold dust. Got to be a bit more humble, and you've got to pull back and say, hang on a minute, that isn't working. I was starting to write a novel, and I took a few steps back from it and I went, do you know what, this is rubbish, this is crap, and I'm onto something else now. You have to do that as an artist. You have to look at something objectively, not necessarily taking on board just all the positive stuff just because it's nice to hear. You've got to be tough. And I don't think that's what's happening with scores like Prey, because this is hideous. The action music is awful, it's atonal. See, the thing is, when Alan Silvestri did Predator and Predator 2, he struck the perfect balance between the thematic and the aleatoric. Now, aleatoric is basically when something is very unpredictable. You hear it a lot in horror music and occasionally the odd suspense score, but they can be very, very creative. Alex North's Dragon Slayer, Craig Safan's unused score to Wolfen, and there are a few examples I could name. Even Nero Tyson Chu's work on Anaconda's The Hunt for the Blood Orchid. Anyway, Prey starts off with a track called Predator Instinct, which immediately made me think of Johan Johansson's Sicario, a track called Target in that soundtrack, which is a you know. And it's a very bizarre beast, this. I don't quite get what she was trying to accomplish with it. I mean, it's all over the map. It's so listless. I do sometimes feel like that prison guard in The Good, the Bad and the Ugly. More feeling. So, and you know, when you tune into this channel, Hip-Notic Soundtrack Reviews, you're going to get the truth from me. You may not necessarily get it from Film Tracks, Movie Wave, Movie Music UK. They jump on these bandwagons, they praise scores which have zero emotional content. Don't even get me started on John Powell and all those other ones. There are talented female composers out there. This year we had V Rising video game score by Alexandra Migova. Terrific. Very much a timeless piece of like new age synthesizer and orchestra. Brilliant. But Sarah Schachner, I don't see what all the fuss is about. It's just run of the mill, it's generic. I was so disappointed, and I kind of knew that going in, because this whole film looks woke, and it's just woke. I'm just going to leave it there. It's woke, like Star Wars was. Next. Anyway, Prey by Sarah Schachner gets 0 out of 5 stars from me. That's the truth. You heard it here first. For more film and soundtrack reviews, please visit Betty Jo Tucker's website, Real Talk Movie Reviews. On Facebook you can find my pages, Hip-Notic Movie Reviews and Hip-Notic Soundtrack Reviews. I am Richard Jack Smith, thank you for watching and I'll see you next time.